What about trees and corals? And do we need to conserve those?
No.
Really?
Wait. I'm not as smart as you think.
No, I know you're smart.
Hafaday.
Afate, Kasililia. Can you tell me what your name is?
Ava.
I'm Zion.
My name is Alyson. I'm Sumåhi. My name is Luca.
And I'm Willy. And I'm from the island of Pohnpei in the Federated States of Micronesia. And I work for the organization called Micronesia Conservation Trust.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. So tell me what you know about conservation.
When we try to use less waste, it means protect and save.
Conserving our natural resources like the ocean and the jungle and forests.
Conservation is to save, reuse, and to protect our natural resources.
That you have to get like a little bit of fish and then you leave some so you can get some more so they can make babies.
Yeah, so you just in a way describe conservation, because conservation is when you take some and you leave some. I work for this organization called the Micronesia Conservation Trust, and we support organizations on the ground that are trying to do conservation and climate adaptation work across Micronesia. That includes Palau, Guam, CNMI, Federated States of Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands. And now a little bit in the Caribbean Islands. So we've been doing this work since 2004, providing grants to organizations across Micronesia, and we want to do more in Guam as well. We also have a scholarship program for young people who want to go and get their master's or PhD. So when you grow up, you can apply for scholarships from us.
I'd want to try joining that.
We have scholars from all over Micronesia.
Why did you get into this work?
I got into conservation because I love the environment. I love diving. I saw a lot of changes in our environment in Pohnpei and also in the other islands of Micronesia. And so I wanted to do something about it. And also because I have children and now grandchildren.
What is the name of your grandchild?
Well, her name is Regina.
How do we change our lifestyle from being wasteful to being conservational?
Well, it's not easy. I think the first thing we can do is every household should start just taking what they need. For example, I don't know why some of us go to the markets and we buy more fish than we want to eat. We have to be careful when we are buying natural resources and just get the things that we really need to get. You can start in your own house, and then we can go and ask our siblings and ask our parents and cousins and uncles and aunties to start doing conservation. Buy less from the stores and maybe drive around less so we don't use too much gas, and it saves us money but also saves the planet. Can you tell me why you think conservation is important to our islands?
A lot of stuff that we have right now, and maybe in the next 50 to 100 years could be gone, like we won't ever see it again. And I think conservation is important so that our children's children will get to have the same experiences as us.
Because we need our environment to live. So if there's no plants or trees, the trees won't clean the air.
So it could pass on to other generations, and us kids could see like some of the animals from the past, and like so they won't be extinct.
Yeah. I think there are things that I used to see that maybe you and your generation will not see. It's sad. The work that we do is really to help all the islands to be able to manage our resources, and it's also important for our own food security. A lot of people in the islands really depend on the natural resources for food, especially the areas where there's no stores. The environment is very important to our growth and our sustainability and food security. Without our natural resources, we will struggle. You can just imagine if the ships for some reason stop coming to our islands, we will have a difficult time finding food if we don't take care of our resources. If there was a war between some of the superpowers and no more containers of coming in on the ships, we are going to have to depend on our natural resources. So we have to take care of our food security. And food security in the islands is our natural resources. The work that we do in conservation is really also the same work that we're doing to adapt to climate change. Do you know anything about climate change and how it might impact Micronesia and Guam?
No.
No.
So there's a lot of carbon dioxide that's being generated that's causing global warming, and it causes a lot of problems. So you have global warming that's causing the seas to rise.
And then the islands are going to drown.
Yes. So there are many islands in Micronesia, including in Chuuk, that are flat islands called atolls. And many of those islands are already suffering from sea level rise. Yeah, if you go to islands like the Marshalls and Kushai, on the shorelines, you have houses that are practically falling in the water. People are having to relocate to higher lands. Some people on the atoll islands in Micronesia have lost their taro patches from saltwater inundation, not just coming by big waves, but also coming in under. And there's really very little they can do because you can't really raise those taro patches. Those areas that used to depend on their well water are now unable to use that water because salt water has come into their well waters and contaminated their freshwater sources. Yeah. One of my colleagues who's from an outer island in Pohnpei called Sapuafik, their families crave when the tide is high, it's in the water.
That's kind of sad because they're losing their homes and maybe like years of history that's happened there.
What do you think about that, Ava?
I'm scared if this island starts drowning.
Yeah. How do you think that people are feeling where on the islands where it's happening already?
Scared, shocked.
How can we help our neighbor islands?
Start telling people about the islands that are having problems because of climate change. You can share that with your family and with your friends and raising more awareness about how some of these islands are having the shores eroding and their houses falling in the ocean. If that was your house, you'll be concerned. Huh? And so those are the types of things that you can do.
So do you enjoy being in the conservation trust?
Yes, I do, and I've been doing it for 20 years or more, and I will continue to do it even if I'm not working for a conservation organization. I think all of us need to be in conservation work because it's about our livelihoods and the future of young people like you and those who are still to come.
It was nice to meet you.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
thank you. You're a smart guy.
Thanks.
Thank you for meeting me today and talking about conservation.
Thank you. Now that we've talked about conservation, you can go and teach other kids and you can learn more about conservation. And then you can come back to FSM and to Chuuk and teach us when you've graduated from school with your environmental degree. Yeah?
Thank you. It was nice to
Shalom.
meet you.
Thank you for the work you're doing for all our islands.
Thank you. And you're funny, so this has made my day.
I'm not that funny.
To learn more, visit ourmicronesia.org and follow Our Micronesia and Micronesia Challenge on Instagram. For more content like this, subscribe to Nihi Kids on YouTube.